Are you utilizing your time frames? Or do you know well your time frames? Well, if you want to learn more, please watch the rest of this video. What is good mga champion, and welcome back to another video. For today's video guys, I will share with you how you can utilize your time frames to your advantage. If you are already a subscriber of this channel, you probably know that I always utilize time frames through multi-time frame analysis or top-down analysis. So again, I will demonstrate with you guys on step-by-step process how you can be better in using your time frames well. Nga pala, if you want to be part of our growing TFP VIP Champions community, you may want to check out our 90-day one-on-one mentorship program. So again, thank you so much to all my TFP VIP Champion students all over the globe, subscribers, followers, and sa lahat po ng sumusuporta. So without further ado, let's get straight to our charts. Alright guys, so for today's video, ituturo ko sa inyo guys how you can utilize your time frames to your advantage and be better at finding opportunities, okay? So I do have a sample chart here from Euro Swiss, okay? So let me just check ano nangyari guys sa Euro Swiss and how can we find opportunity. So again, as a good practice, okay? So sabi nga natin, we always have to make sure na we know our structure on higher time frame. And as a standard time frame, I always start my process of technical analysis from the daily time frame, okay? Again, we do all have different styles, and each styles incorporated variety or combination of time frames. And yun nga yung tinatawag nating multi-time frame analysis. So, alright, so just to give you an overview, ano nga po yung sinasabi ko when it comes to styles and how it correlates to our time frames. So, let me just share with you a simple table of what I'm talking about. Alright, so again, as you can see, okay, kung makita natin, no, we do all have different time frames when it comes to our key level and execution time frames. So, definitely, it also correlates to whatever style you are in. So, when I mean styles, it is what type of trader you are. So, nandyan papasok yung ano. Are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? Or are you a scalper? Okay, so definitely, pagka swing trader ka, more or less, basic minimum key level nyo dapat is daily time frame. Okay? And the execution is sa hourly time frame or H1. Okay? Kapag naman ikaw ay day trader, more or less, you have an overview of what 4-hour time frame is all about. And execution-wise, nasa 15 minutes ka. And roughly, pag ikaw scalper, at least meron kang hourly time frame to get a hold of that key level na tinatawag. And normally, mag-execute ka sa 5 minutes. Okay? Take note that I don't go down as lower as 1 minute time frame, as there are a lot of noise and false signals na pinaprovide ng minute time frame. But then again, I'm not shutting down all those traders na gumagamit ng minute time frame, and I'm not saying that I'm always correct, and I'm not saying that they are wrong. Okay? Ang point ko lang is, this is just my personal preference when it comes to lower time frame. So, again, if some traders works for them yung minute or 1 minute time frame, then it's good for them. But for me, on a personal perspective, I don't use minute time frame. Okay, my minimum lower time frame is 5 minutes. Okay, so going back to our charts. Okay, so again, paano nga ba natin may-utilize yung time frame and how we can look for better opportunities dito sa setup na natin yan. Okay, so if I were to look ito, so syempre structure-wise, okay, simple lang. Okay, basahin nyo yung prior prior structure bago nangyari yung current trend. Okay, and we do all know na ginugrupo natin yung trends, diba? So, para magkaroon tayo ng overview of roughly ano yung ginagalawan natin na trends. Okay, so again, we have this lower, that is our higher high, higher low. Okay, higher low. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, and then higher high, and then higher low dito, and then higher high. Okay? So, ang mga significant levels dyan is, again, from this point of view, makikita natin na obviously, we have this group ng ating uptrend because it follows the usual cycle ng uptrend as a basic concept. So, I also do teach ito sa mga basics. But, again, this is not something special or secret, okay? It's just me on how I understand things and how can I visualize better yung ating chart, okay? So, ngayon ang nangyari? Tandaan nyo, yung mga key level natin sa uptrend or bullish market is yung mga higher lows natin, di ba? And of course, yung ating higher highs. But as of this point, ano mapapansin yung significance? Di ba? Nagkaroon tayo ng strong impulsive move pababa, which is ito. So, which means it have broken certain level of higher lows, which is ito, di ba? So, definitely, meron tayong momentum sa sellers. But that doesn't mean during this move na bearish agad yung overall structure. Nangyari lang yon nung nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating weakness of what? Structure. So, coming from this higher high, nagkaroon tayo ng lower high. So, yun yung sinasabi kong weakness. Tandaan nyo, don't ever base your decision dahil lang nagkaroon ng breakout. Okay? We don't ever chase for the price, lalo na kung downtrend. And, impulsive move doesn't justify na downtrend na agad yung pwedeng gawin ng market kasi it can react to previous higher low which later on, di ba, pwedeng magkaroon pa ng higher high. So again, this move is only a clue, okay? But this solidifies that market wants to go down, okay? So again, I'm just analyzing first on higher time frame para mas maintindihan nyo where I'm coming from pagdating natin sa lower time frame. So aware tayo that meron tayong weakness, di ba, from this higher high to this lower high. So I'll just mark my higher high and yung transition natin from lower high. Okay, let's just make this as red para stand out. Okay. So again, then the market went on. Nagkaroon tayo ng diba, meron tayong low and then lower high and then another. Okay. Lower low. Okay, ito yun. So actually, new low coming from the higher high, diba? Coming from this leg. Okay. And then, nagkaroon tayo ng lower low. Okay. Take note, you always have to ask yourself, nasan ngayon yung current market structure? Okay. So, it's quite evident that by all means, okay, if I were to check sa higher time frame, di ba? Meron tayo ditong significance reaction coming from previous structure, okay? So which means technically I can use this as a zone knowing that the current structure of the market reacted to your previous structure of low. Ibig sabihin, we are now at a support level or territory ng buyers kasi nga it revisited yung ating dating low. Ito yon. So, it may not be the exact same price, but sabi ko nga, kaya ako gumawa ng zone. And normally, when we make zone, is ano yung price na common sa kanila at ano yung highest and lowest. So, which means, yung highest that time was here, and the lowest point is here. So, since meron silang dinaan ng price na common sa isa't isa, I just made a zone out from that structure. Okay? Ito yun. Okay, to be more precise. So, ngayon, after ng lower low, syempre, what do we expect if the market respected its normal cycle ng downtrend, di ba? We are expecting another lower high. So, are we sure na ito na yung pinaka-peak ng lower high? We don't know yet. Kaya nga, di ba, binabasa pa lang natin yung market structure as doon sa ating higher time frame and how we can use that higher time frame going down sa lower time frame for short-term opportunities. Okay? So, as a long-term perspective, diba? So, currently, yung market ngayon, okay, we can say that it is reacting to our previous low and also to this reaction coming from this mini downtrend. Kasi tandaan nyo guys, there's a trend within a trend. So, we can also consider itong mga small reactions na to. But again, mangyari lang yon na maging legitimate yan if we're going down sa lower time frame para mas makita ng more structures. Kasi ngayon, meron lang friction dito. But, take note, bago mangyari to, as a tip, di ba? Bago nangyari tong series of bearish candles, di ba? Ano yung last bullish candle na standout? Okay? Di ba itong candle na yan? And normally, what I do is I get its high and low. At this point, since binasag niya yung low, yung lowest point na to would be significant. See? Would be significant doon in the future. Okay? Which the market is reacting to ngayon. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, more or less, we are on a range dito sa structure na to. Diba? So, yung dati nating low at yung ating dating bullish candle na to, yung low niya nabasag because of this series of impulsive move down. Okay? Ibig sabihin yan, merong significance tong bullish candle. Lowest point na yan in the future. Which, yun nga yung reaction point na nangyari ngayon sa current candlestick. Okay? So, tandaan nyo, we are still at, what? Can we say this as a resistance? Probably yes. Kasi bakit? If we consider this new low as a zone, di ba? So, there are common points na common din sa kanila. So, even though meron tayong reaction dito, it also revisited by this structure during the time bago yun nabasag. So, may significance tong level na yan. So, again, ang point dito, to be more precise, yung dati mong bullish candle, last bullish candle na significant, bago mabasag yan, kunin nyo yung low nun, kasi yung nag-termine, nabasag na yung momentum ng buyers from this bullish candle. Okay, so yung low na yan will serve as our future resistance. Okay, so ngayon, aware tayo, okay, again, resistance and support areas or level may not be exact price level. It should be a zone. But take note, I'm just plotting based on the highs and lows ng prior candle na relevant. Okay? So ngayon, the market is reacting to my resistance. So ngayon, nasa resistance level ako on a higher time frame perspective. We are not yet sure na ito yung lower high up until makita natin yan sa lower time frame. Okay, so we'll just mark this as our higher time frame. Diba? HTF na lang, higher time frame resistance. Okay, so just make this red para stand out again as seller's area. Okay, so higher time frame resistance. So ngayon, is it wise na mag-sell na ako agad? Take note, I am on a daily time frame and I know where am I at the structure. So ibig sabihin, I'm expecting, okay, if the market will continue a downtrend, diba? Since pina-follow nito yung series of downtrend or bearish cycle, diba? Meron low, lower high, lower low. If this can be the possible lower high, okay, what do we expect? We expect a bearish momentum. Okay? It can break through this level or, again, as a long-term perspective, mag-react siya dito sa support level natin. Okay? Again. Okay? So, again, point nito, marami pang pwedeng mangyari along the way, but ang point natin is, we're going to focus here dito sa structure niyan. So, again, alam ko na sa higher time frame, ano yung ginagalawan ko, at nasan ako saan? Sa cycle ng market trend. Okay? So, ngayon, ang gagawin ko, if I'm going to look for a day trade opportunity, obviously, I will look for the 4-hour time frame based from this structure. So, I will go down sa 4 hours, okay, as a day trade, okay? And titingnan ko anong ba yung mga relevant structure na pinoprovide ngayon ng 4 hours, okay? So, this is the time I will mark again my key level of support and resistance. So, take note, on the highest point is, nandito naman ako sa daily resistance ko. So, again, I don't have to plot my 4 hours. Ang significant level ko na pwedeng tingnan is, nasan ba yung key level of support ko dito sa 4 hours. So, obviously, marami tayong support level na pwedeng makita. But, to make it more simpler, di ba? Ano pwede kong gawin? titingin ako sa kaliwa if may relevant structure na nagre-react yung market. So again, standout is obviously ito, di ba? Always look at the left side, or we can say the lowest point of this, di ba? Kasi sa higher time frame, hindi naman eksakto yan, but to make it more precise, I will adjust this para lang for this lesson, di ba? So ibig sabihin, more or less, we can say the market is in the future can react to this level. Okay? So ibig sabihin yan, as a day trade, di ba? I can now look for opportunity coming from your diba, ito yung daily resistance. So, hindi ko na need i-plot yung 4 hours kasi obviously, nasa higher time frame resistance na ako. But, 4 hour support will be here. Okay? So, again, this is quite subjective level, but take note, I was basing it based on the last peak or last lowest point no support level na to. And it can be a bounce point in the future as well. And take note, ano pa pwede kong gawin? Other confluences, di ba? So, dyan papasok yung ating trend lines. Mark my trend lines, di ba? Okay, 4 hours. So, meaning, if maghahanap ka ng day trade opportunity, ang best area mo for buying is roughly around here for HPT buy. Okay, for a buy. How about sell? Okay, is there any significant na pwede kong gawin or relevance? Okay, so, as a selling point, can I connect any trend line for me to have or look for opportunity? Diba? Okay, ang nag-stand out lang is simply itong resistance area, which I think may not be the best area lang. So, kailangan, okay, meron tayong at least 2 confluences. So, again, I'm only at 1 confluence kasi bakit? Nandito lang ako sa resistance area. And, trend resistance is not matching our peak to peak or points, di ba? Unless if I can consider our, di ba, higher high dun sa mas mataas na time frame and connect the latest lower high. So which means, okay, if I were to sell on a high probability, di ba, more or less, mas maganda mauntog siya dito. Okay? Then, must be below this level. Okay? But, that is only speculation. Okay? So, as of this point, ang pinoprovide lang na confluence itong resistance area kasi nga, hindi natin sure kung ito na talaga yung peak ng lower high natin sa our structure. So, that's why, is it wise to look for a selling opportunity for 4 hours? I don't think so kasi less yung aking confluence and only 1 confluence ang pinoprovide ni market sa akin. But for buying, meron tayong possible opportunity na dalawa. So, ibig sabihin, if I want to buy, mas maganda mag-react muna yung market dito and probably take profit dito or even more, di ba, up until dun sa higher time frame resistance na trend line. Okay? So, mas good spot yung buying kaysa selling. So, dyan na papasok yung inyong relevance ng system. Okay? Not because nasa resistance ka is magsasell ka na agad. Okay? Take note that you still have to follow yung inyong system rules based sa style na ginagawa nyo or time frame. Okay? So, again, for some people, ayaw maghintay ng mas matagal, di ba? So, that's why they even went down sa mas mababang time frame. So, at this point, can I look for scalping opportunity? So, tanda natin, for scalping, at least I have hourly time frame. So, dyan na papasok yung aking H1. Okay? Now, na H1. So, again, yung boundary ko for 4 hours to 4 hours is itong this level and up until this, this level. Okay? So, I will now go down to hourly time frame or H1 for us to be able to find a better opportunity if we're going to buy or sell. Okay? So, as of this point, okay, is there any relevance na mag-sell ako or buy from hourly time frame and execute sa 5 minutes? Okay? So, ngayon, if I were to sell, okay, tandaan natin, 1 confluence lang ang nasa atin. Resistance area. Horizontal resistance. If I were to add more confluence, I will use trend lines as well. Okay, so I'll use this point and this point. Okay, so ibig sabihin, if I want to sell as much as possible, okay, I want to break itong level of trend line support. And, tandaan nyo, count from this 1 hour, makita nyo na yung relevant structure ng horizontal level, di ba? So, dito na papasok yung additional confluence of ito. Okay? So, tandaan nyo, kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng mga multiple confluences levels such as support resistance sa mas mababang time frame like H1 is we are limiting ourselves to certain boundary pagdating sa range na tinitrade mo. So, kanina, okay, tandaan mo, ang perspective natin sa daily, just to go back sa daily, no, okay, is resistance to support. Diba? Ganitong kalawak yung pwede mong i-trade kung naka-swing perspective ka. When we went down sa 4 hours, it was narrowed down to, maalala nyo this level. Diba? Resistance to support. Itong level lang na yan. So, imagine nyo, from a bigger range, from daily to daily, now we went down sa 4 hours to 4 hour range for a day trade opportunity. And now that some people don't want to wait any longer and they have to execute a short-term trade opportunity, we are now limiting ourselves probably to this level, Kasi bakit? This is an H1 resistance. Pag nabasag yan, will be a significant resistance din as well. Okay? So, ngayon is acting as support. Sorry. Okay, it's now acting as support kasi yung resistance level na to, nabasag, di ba? Nag-breakout. And then, if it will break out again and come back to previous level, it might revisit itong significant resistance. So again, ang goal ko dito as a seller, kung ako ay nasa H1 at mag-scalp, mabasag nyo muna to, and then, pag nag-pull back, I will go down sa 5 minutes for a better look or opportunity. Okay? And TP ko obviously dito. And I can also buy short term up until here. So again, we have multiple opportunities coming from different time frames. Ang point ko dito, ang ginagalawan na natin ngayon dito is narrow down again from dito, di ba? 4 hours to 4 hours. Ngayon, ito na lang. Kasi nga, we are executing on a much lower time frame. Okay? So ngayon, HPT area for sell would be here, di ba? So obviously, for short-term opportunity. Again, execution-wise, pupunta ka ng 5 minutes. So, to have a better view, okay? Di ba? Gandang spot. If in case, okay, the market would, bounce back and magkaroon ng double top, this can be your buying area. So again, you have multiple opportunities now for scalp opportunity. Okay? Kasi bakit? You already map out your high probability trade zone for each opportunity. And susunod lang natin yung ating confluences area for HPT ng system rules. Okay? So, kung buying yan, then definitely, kailangan masatisfy mo yung rule dito, going up. And sabi nga, ano yung rule na yun? Mag-break ka. Diba? Same rules. Okay? Breakout, pull back, pin bar, then take profit mo hanggang doon. Or 1:3, up to your risk to reward ratio preference. Okay? Kapag ka naman, aiming for sell, breakout mo muna to. Itong key level sa H1. Di ba? And then, pull back, shooting star, TP mo dito, or 1:3. Again, same concept of risk to reward ratio preference. So, nakita nyo guys, from a daily perspective, we narrow down to 4 hours to 1 hour kasi we are looking for short-term opportunities. And again, if wala kayong makitang structure, narrow it down more. Okay? So, importante is, nagiging relevant yung inyong structure dun sa satisfaction ng inyong system rules. Okay? Never tayong magpipilit or pupwersahin natin yung trade. So, you see, I already have mapped out 3 opportunities, okay, for a short-term trade. Day trade, from 4-hour perspective, is nandito. Okay? Scalping or short-term opportunity for buying setup and selling setup. Okay? Buying, 1:3 or up until here, double top, possibility, and selling, dito, take profit, 1:3, same again, And for 4 hours, diba, sabi nga, pag nabasag yan, then wait ka na lang dito. So, it will just take more time. So, again, kailangan mo lang dyan, it's just a matter of time of how you can tolerate to wait even more or yung inyong patience. Okay? So, again, this concept of multi-time analysis is not just by aiming for a one setup or one trade opportunity. Okay? This provides you multiple opportunities kasi bakit? You are narrowing it down to smaller pieces of structure which in return may satisfy yung inyong system rules. Okay? Kaya ako, ganito yung ginagawa ko and I can say na you can have multiple opportunities in trade setups in just one currency. Okay? So, walang excuse na walang trade setup. Okay? So, depende kung ikaw ay iisang style lang, like swing lang, obviously, you have to wait more. Pero kung scalping in short-term trade, like day trade, definitely, sa dami ng currency pairs or cross pairs na pwede mo makuha, marami ring opportunities dyan, lying sa lower time frame. Okay? So, this is just me showing you how powerful looking opportunity using or utilizing your multi-time frame analysis top-down analysis thought process is important to what? To get better opportunity kahit anong style. Okay? So, it's just a matter of time and a matter of satisfying all your system rules. Okay? So, I hope you get the lesson from this video and makita nyo ano yung tinutumbok natin when it comes to utilizing your time frames. Alright? So, that will be it for today. Thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nanood up until this end. So again, thank you so much again to all my TFP VIP champion students all over the globe. Kayong mga subscribers, followers, and sa lahat po ng mga susuporta pa. Alright? So God bless. See you all on the next videos. Bye-bye.
So, I just want to inform and announce that our TFE VIP champion student private Discord community is already up. And yeah, here we have several channels wherein we share our technical trading ideas among each other. And of course, we also have our weekly trade ideas para sa ating mga weekly forecast para sa mga currency pairs. And some announcement section. And of course, since tayo ay global, of course, we have other students as well na galing sa mga ibang bansa overseas. So, we introduce ourselves and introduce kung saan tayo galing, sa bansa tayo ngayon, OFW man o hindi. But nevertheless, this is a healthy community para mag-share ng mga trading ideas para sa inyo guys. And hopefully, I will be putting up a server publicly para sa mga baguhan naman and those mga followers and subscribers natin. Alright? So yeah, this is just a minor announcement and hopefully guys, you can join us and make this community grow lalo na sa ating mga estudyante nag-aaral. Alright guys, so mga baguhan pa lang. But nevertheless, everyone here wants to learn, wants to make profit from the market. But as much as possible, we're all equal in the eyes of the market. Alright guys, so that would be it. So yun lang and thank you very much. Alright, bye-bye.